welcome to Big Bore Knife and Gear. Today we are going to talk about a CRKT. This is the CEO. This one is the Blade HQ exclusive with the green micarta and the copper colored scales. So let's pop this sucker open. Go over some specs. And we'll dive right into this knife. Again, this is the Crkt Ceo. This one is the Blade HQ exclusive format. These things are still readily available on Blade HQ. As far as the normal iterations of this, the exclusive is sold out. This one ran about $65 at the time. Most of them are going to run anywhere from $40 to $60 depending on what iteration of it that you do get. Anyhow, with that said, some specs. We got an overall length on this guy of 7.54 inches, blade length of 3.1 inches. We got a blade thickness on this one of 0.08 inches. Blade steel is D2. Blade shape on this, they're calling it standard design. This is kind of like a almost like a trailing point style. Scales on this are going to be a beautiful green micarta. Grind on the blade, by the way, is a nice flat grind. Again, stainless steel liners. This is a liner lock design. The liners are colored in a copper color. This is a tip down right hand carry only, and the weight on this guy is coming in at 2.1 ounces. So let's close this sucker up, go over these scales. If you guys can see this, this is a beautiful green micarta. The micarta is done very well. No fraying, no voids. Come on, focus, baby. It's smooth, but not polished. So it's smooth with a little bit of texture coming through, which is fantastic. I love micarta that way. Everything is nicely rounded and chamfered. The liners, again, are this beautiful coppered color. Done very well. The blade and the pocket clip are both this like black washed style. You do have the logo on the clip. The action on this is just fantastic. On the blade, you do have the CRKT logo again. You've got that beautiful like black washed finish on the blade. Very nice little swedge pattern cut onto the blade. Backside, you're going to have the model, which was CEO. Rogers design. The blade steel on this is marked there as well as D2. You've got the serial number and the little symbol for the bearing system that's on here. Super smooth, super snappy. This knife totally shocked me. This one is on loan from my buddy Kyle Lamfer on Facebook, or excuse me, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I was always intrigued by this one. I just was never going to buy it because I have XL size hands, and this thing just looked super small and dainty. In fact, I mean, check this out, folks. We've got an overall height or width this way of the knife of 1/2 inch. We've got an overall thickness this way, less than 1/2 inch. So I thought it was going to be way too small for me, and boy was I wrong. This is a fantastic knife. I mean, I've got a pen about this size. It's tiny. It slides in and out of pocket beautifully. This is a gentleman's folder, to say the least. And with that said, the action on this is so good, so crisp, so snappy. Fires right out. This is just an amazing knife. Super thin blade in both thickness and height. Tallness, whatever you want to call it. This thing was like a pocket scalpel. It is laser beam sharp, super sharp tip. This thing is a slice and fool. I did cut through some paper and a little bit of cardboard, but I didn't want to do too much on it because it's not my knife, and this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely incredible. The only issue I have with this knife, there's a couple of them. The access to the lock bar there with big old fingers is a little hard to get to. You kind of have to just use a very corner tip of your nail or meat of your finger to kind of push it over, but once you do, you're good to go. This thing is a beauty. Fit and finish again, very well done. Blade centering on this is pretty much almost straight down the middle. I know when Kyle first got this and first took it, unboxed it, first got it out of the package, the centering was off. He did work on it, fix it, centered perfectly, no blade play, everything's nice and tight. Just a great, great design. My other issue with it is just the pocket clip. And for me, up on the loop is great. No hot spots. It feels good. It actually works very well in my size hands because it acts as almost a double width knife at this point. So it really, really gives me a secure, nice grip. And I think that's fantastic. The only issue I have with it is the ramp here. It does chew into the meat of my hand here pretty good. While this is not going to be a, and we'll get to this here in just a second too, while this is not going to be a heavy use knife by any means, this is going to be a letter opener, this is going to be, cut a piece of paper, some string, whatever. That's about it. Let's close this up and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Even though it's nice and snappy, the access to get to this for big hands, you kind of have to dig in and flick out, and in doing so, you can hurt yourself slightly. This is from doing it for the last probably week, and yeah, I just knocked it back open opening this knife, but other than that, no real issues. Just a great knife. Great, great knife. If you guys were on the fence about this one, because you have larger hands, I would say don't worry about it. Bite the bullet, get one. I think you'll like it. I really do. Because I am super, super surprised about just how great this knife is, how much I like this knife, and how well it fit into these big old meat hooks. Anyhow, that's all I got for you today, folks. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment because I love the feedback. And until next time, take care.